Hello, welcome to the Den, and very big thank you to Luke last week. And yeah, I am here for a few days this week and then I go away. So after this video, you'll have Luke for a couple of weeks until I'm back. So thank you for Luke for last week. So we're just outside in the sunshine and Matt is attending to the air conditioning on the Mustang, which is a bit leaky. So we're just getting into the bottom of that. So Matt's just going to degas that. Then we can see exactly where it's coming from. We can just work on it safely without the system being pressurised. And we've now rectified the coolant leak on this that was from the thermostat housing, and we're waiting for a diff seal so we can reseal the diff as well, stop that leaking. Other than that, the Mustang is all good and in rude health. We'll have a little wander inside, and we're going to do a really quick whistle stop tour, I think. The Charade, the engine is very much in progress. I spoke to Shane at WSC, who is doing the engine for us, and he's very happy with that, and it's actually in pretty good nick. So we're doing new main bearings, new rings, the head will have a skim, and valve seats, valve stem oil seals, all the usual bits, and pressure tested, going to powder coat the sump and paint the block, and then that'll be going back together. So we should have that in a couple of weeks, which will be amazing. The customer popped up last Saturday to have a little look, so it was very nice to see him again. And we got a little bit of direction on a few other bits that we're going to do with the car, which is fantastic. So that's the Charade. Luke talked about the 911 with James last week, so I won't talk about that anymore, but it is looking amazing. Really love that a lot. Chris is currently detailing my car ahead of going on holiday because it's well overdue. I had it done 3 years ago, almost exactly 3 years ago, and because I do fairly monumental mileage these days, it was starting to look a bit tired, so that is looking an awful lot better already. Then the E55, we actually had this on dyno just to be able to really properly diagnose this rumbling noise from the back, and we are happy it's the diff. So Luke has just been going through some parts to refurbish the rear subframe, because the rear subframe generally is pretty crusty. So the customer's happy that if we're going to have it out, we're just going to refurb the rear subframe, new arms, bushes where we need to, get the diff rebuilt, sanity check the wheel bearings and so on, all the sort of wear and tear bits before it all goes back in and goes back together. So yeah, the guys have been sorting out some bits for that. The Porsche, we're waiting on some fuel line bits for the Porsche. The distributor's gone away to be refurbished and be upgraded to electronic ignition because it still had points, or it had been, I'll be honest, I don't know if they had electronic ignition or whether they had points from factory, bearing in mind it's a 1976 car, but it also wouldn't surprise me if the car had been downgraded to have points. I'm not too sure, but anyway, the loom is coming along nicely for that. We are future-proofing the whole chassis loom, just to make sure that various things that either had been deleted or maybe had just been cut out are going to be reinstated. So for example, the car doesn't have a rear wiper motor at the moment, and the wiring loom to the motor just been cut, literally just been cut. So we're going to reinstate the wiring for that, so that at any point in the future the rear wiper motor can be refitted and will work straight on the button. Same with the electric windows. The car has had the electric windows deleted, but we're going to reinstate or make sure the wiring is there and correct and functional for electric windows. So if at any point either the current owner or a future owner wants to reinstate the electric windows, it should be nice and easy to do so. And in the grand scheme of doing the loom, it doesn't really add an awful lot more work, to be honest. It just kind of makes sense. MGF was in detailing. That is finished with the detailing and just looks $1 million now, I think. The two Lukes have come up with a cool little 3D printed hook that bolts to the rollover hoop to hook up the little windbreak onto, just so that's quite secure, which is lovely. So I need to basically get on, and I've just got to reinstate the switches or get the switches back in and just sanity check all those the window switches and the rear fog light switch. And that's basically it on that, which is great. Then we are at the SAAB. I've got a lovely conversation coming up with a customer who is abroad tomorrow afternoon, as I record this, just to see where he wants to go with the SAAB, which is excellent. The Peugeot, we're waiting for the starter motor to come back from being refurbished. Otherwise, the header tank is now on, and Nat has done a brilliant job of doing some bespoke brackets that he water jet cut and is tigged onto the header tank. So that all now looks very purposeful and correct, which is great. So as soon as the starter motor comes back, that can go on and we can run it up again because it has already been run. We can run up to temperature and go for a drive in that, which is amazing. The diff is done for the Daimler finally, which is excellent. So that is on its way back, along with a pair of rear wheel bearings from the same supplier. One of the bearings was quite rough in the diff, so it sort of makes everything worthwhile, but the diff noise was also a customer specific request that he felt it was quite noisy and wanted it sorting out. So that is all very good. The Metro is now basically done and dusted. We're very happy with that. We gave it another quick wash just because it had got a little bit dusty, and this is going to go back over into the detailing bay as soon as my car's done, get covered up. But yeah, the owner, Richard Porter, and Johnny Smith, who featured this on his YouTube channel, The Late Break Show, they're going to come back and shoot a film on this in due course, which is very exciting. Looking forward to that. And Richard to be able to see it and go for a drive in it, which I'm really looking forward to because it's a brilliant little thing, and I know he's been looking forward to it, and I know that everyone he sees at shows asks about the turbo, the Metro Turbo. So yeah, I'm really genuinely excited for him to be able to get behind the wheel and enjoy it, because it is a fantastic little thing, makes a brilliant noise, goes well, handles well, love it, absolutely love it. So I'm really completely out of order. The Mk2 Jag, I am in the final throes of doing a proposal for the customer, and my thanks to the customer for being very patient because it's been a long time coming. But we are doing a proposal basically for a kind of a non-invasive restomod job on this. So I know I've talked about this before. We're going to go to Gen V Heritage throttle bodies on an ECU, master ECU. Highly likely we're going to have a PDM as well, ECU, master PDM, with a whole new chassis loom. 5-speed gearbox conversion, 5-stud hub conversion as well, just for usability and practicality, quaif diff, and some audio stuff, some new switches, new dials, just make everything really reliable and modern and easy and functional, because that is what the customer wants, which is great, and I'm a big supporter of that and I love it. So yes, very much looking forward to presenting that to the customer and hopefully getting a big thumbs up, and then we can move on with that. Thank you, Jamie. And then the Gilera. So I mentioned a couple of weeks ago the Gilera is now registered, and I have now been out on it. I've been out a couple of times for a good ride, and just amazing, really very light, very torquey, can really chuck it about a bit, sounds amazing. Top end is a bit disappointing. It does go to nearly 8,000, but it's got so much torque, the power just kind of drops off, so there's no point revving it that much, to be honest. But yeah, lovely thing, handles really, really well. The brakes are astonishing. I'm genuinely amazed how good the brakes are on it, and sounds fantastic. So yes, really enjoyed being able to finally get out on this, having had it for 3 years, and it's now for sale. So if you go on, where did I put it? Car and Classic. It's listed on Car and Classic. So if you fancy a very, very good Gilera Saturno 500, drop me a line or get in touch through Car and Classic. Right, so I want to come back to the Alpina. So Cloud is working through the job list on the Alpina. Where are we going there? So I wanted to just talk a little bit about the inspections we do and how that works with the customers' cars. So as you're probably aware, if you've been watching these videos a lot, every new car that comes to us, we do a big one-time inspection. We look at everything on the car, all the mechanical items on the car. We look at the paintwork and the bodywork and the interior. And I then take loads of photos, videos of everything I see on the car, write that up in a big report. That comes to the customer through our online system, Global Workshop, so they can read the report, they can have a look through all the photos that back up all the words. More often than not, when a customer brings a car to us, such as the gentleman did with the Alpina, they have a list of nuances with the car, things they don't like, things they want doing, things they're not sure about. So when I look at the car, I'll look at it objectively and I will try to sort of put to the back of my mind what the customer's asked for. But then when I'm writing the report, I can look through their list and I can then apply those things to the car, and to kind of, in one way, they kind of back each other up, but also it just addresses all the things the customer wants doing very specifically. So, for example, on this car, the customer had noticed there were some drips of oil underneath the car when he was parking it up, and sure enough, as is quite common on BMWs, it seems, the cam cover was basically warped and leaking, so we're putting a new cam cover on it at the moment. This car, the customer had done quite a lot of work himself on the car, which was all to a very good standard, and one of the things he wanted us to do was to freshen up what had been red brake calipers. A couple have been changed through maintenance and servicing previously, so they're all a bit odd and mismatching, so we've been able to send the calipers off for refurbishment. So we go through all the scope of work, and everything is done at the customer's pace. So I'll give my recommendations within the report, and it's up to the customer then to be able to choose what they want to do, what we can look at doing in the future, what we can do in the short term. So with this customer, we've agreed, or rather he's kind of dictated or directed me what he wants doing right now, and then we can think about things in the future. Or, as I say to all the customers, there's never an obligation to do any work at all. So some customers like a peace of mind that the car is okay and actually it is safe to use, or it's a car they just bought, or it's a car they've inherited and they want to make sure it's sensible to use it, or they want to go on long journeys in it and is it going to be reliable. So we can work through all those things with the customer. So once we've done the inspection and any immediate work we'll do, we issue the customer and the car with a bespoke maintenance record book, which is printed bespoke to the car, complete with the registration number on it. And in there are QR codes, which I'm just going to cover. So these go back to the updates on the Global Workshop system, and these are public facing, hence why I'm covering them up. So should the customer pass the car on in the future, a new owner has access to all that service record. So as well as it being a nice physical handbook or maintenance record book that can go with the car, there is also the backup of all the details, all the photos, all the written explanations about what we've done and all the work that goes into it. So that's a little bit about the inspections we do, and if it's something that excites you, then drop me a line. We'd be very happy to help you out. I think in the meantime, I feel like there's something I've forgotten. No, Jamie's looking all right. So yes, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your comments, it's always very much appreciated. And I will see you in a few weeks when I will be back from France on my holidays, which I'm very much looking forward to. Right, take care, see you soon.